short-term loans from your mobile phone whenever you need them. You can borrow up to 50,000 Kenya shillings in one day and choose between a 14 or 28-day term to repay it at a fair interest rate that adjusts to your needs. Okash connects seamlessly with your M-Pesa account to facilitate and speed up your loan requests. Download Okash today from Google Play Store and join thousands of Kenyans enjoying the Okash experience.
I help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain. Panadol Extra, now with new Optizorb technology to fight multiple tough pains with 3 times more pain-relieving medicine in the first 30 minutes when you need it most. Seeing them support themselves makes any pain worth it. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
The Jumia Anniversary Sale is live now. Get amazing deals on your favorite brands, like this Brum 4-gas burner for only 7,999, available from 9 a.m. Get this 32-inch smart TV for only 13,499. Don't miss out on these prices. Valid till the 14th of July. Jumia, the online shop you can trust.
AMG Realtors presents you Nanyuki Heavens Phase 2. Buy a plot at 270,000 and save 70,000. Book a plot with 50,000, balance in 2 months. All cash buyers will get another plot absolutely free during the open day. Every plot is clearly marked and beaconed. Electricity and water available. There is a 60-day money-back guarantee on your title deed. Text Nanyuki to 40299 or call us on 0709 789 000. Open day on Saturday, 6th July 2019. AMG Realtors. Integrity.
When the spirit of Kenya got going that magical day, it never looked back. And now, the same spirit is ready to take Kenya to the next level, led proudly by a new generation. Kenya King. Shangilia hustle ya Kenya.
Ukishaoana na mtu mumeoana, hakuna kuachana. Kama akona ananukanga mdomo, wewe unaishi na hiyo mwembe tayari forever.
Inafikanga mahali anaanza kuelezea mtu hiyo joke, lakini akielezea mtu hiyo joke kitu unasikia tu ni kicheko. Au sikii joke. Wewe jamaa amesema, jegeja mkaza amesema kale wasa.
Kwa nini simu yangu ni nzito hivi? Unasikia hujui? Delete picture sister kwa akini anakuanga mnono mzito.
Okash is the quickest and easiest way to request short-term loans from your mobile phone whenever you need them. You can borrow up to 50,000 Kenya shillings in one day and choose between a 14 or 28-day term to repay it. Download Okash today from Google Play Store, enjoying the Okash experience.
NTV Tonight with Mark Masai and Smriti Vidyarthi.
You're watching NTV Tonight. Here's a quick recap of some of our top stories. A Tanzanian national found guilty of aiding the 2015 Garissa University attack has been handed a life sentence.
2 others, Muhammad Ali Abdikar and Hassan Aidan Hassan, were each handed a 41-year sentence for their involvement in the death of 148 people.
Another top story, the National Assembly and the Senate are locked in another round of supremacy contests, with the National Assembly saying the Senate should be scrapped for duplicating its role.
The Senate has also gone to court to challenge laws by the National Assembly passed without their input.
Meanwhile, Director of Digital Communications at State House, one-time director there and now under DP's office, Dennis Itumi will spend the night in custody after he was arrested over a forged letter alleging a plot to assassinate the deputy president.
The DCI says it had narrowed down to 2 aides in the DP's office suspected to have authored and circulated the letter. Well, now let's turn to the courts. And Starahe Member of Parliament Charles Njagwa Kanyi has been released on a 500,000 shilling cash bail after he denied incitement charges preferred against him.
Njagwa appeared before Chief Magistrate Francis Andai to take plea after spending close to 10 days in police custody.
The prosecution told the court that the remarks made by the first-time legislator were intended to incite Kenyans against foreigners living and doing business in the country.
The National Cohesion and Integration Commission and the Communication Authority will be some of the prosecution witnesses when the trial begins.
Elsewhere, Brian Kibet, the engineering student who was shot in the arm as he scaled the fence of State House in Nairobi, will know his fate tomorrow.
Kibet has since apologized to President Kenyatta and Kenyans for his actions. The family has been given time to consult with the police and agree whether he will be released to them to take him to hospital.
The charges against him were not read after a mental health assessment by the Mathare Hospital revealed that he is, in fact, schizophrenic.
Still from the court, and former Tetu Member of Parliament James Ndongo Ngebenji and 2 others have been charged with creating disturbance in a manner likely to cause breach of peace.
The 3 face 3 counts of assault, creating disturbance and malicious damage to property, where on the 2nd of July 2019 in Kitusuru Estate in Nairobi, they stopped the renovation of a house belonging to Kisor Kumar Danji Varsani.
Nairobi Chief Magistrate Martha Mutuku released them on a cash bail of 50,000 shillings or bond of 100,000 shillings. To some politics now, and in what could deepen tensions between the president and his deputy, State House has ignored the DP's call for the president to convene a party meeting to heal the rifts chipping away at the ruling party.
Well, some political commentators say that the president's move was prudent as it would help avoid even more strain, while others argue that the DP was in open defiance of the president, who called on leaders to keep off politics.
Despite the public shows of harmony by leaders in the ruling party, their relationship in private has been framed by disgruntled murmurs. And in what may seem as another slap in the face of the deputy president, the president ignored his calls to convene a party meeting to discuss the party's internal fissures.
And like my boss, the president, has mentioned before, is that we're not going to delve into any political issues.
Political commentators Richard Bosire and Herman Manyora say the DP's move to call for a meeting defied the president's call for leaders to steer clear of politics.
That's definitely some kind of form of defiance, challenging the president, you know, because I would expect they would see something and then they discuss it.
Jubilee, if you remember, Jubilee was formed in order to propel the president into his second term, but more fundamentally, it was guided by Ruto, or deputy president, so that he could run using Jubilee Party in 2022.
The political pundits argue the president's move to disregard the DP's call was strategic, not just for him as party leader, but also for the stability of the party swayed by internal divisions.
I think Ruto believes he has a bigger following, and he can therefore put pressure on the president to say certain things that the president may otherwise not say. I think that's what I think. So he's trying to box the president into a corner. And Uhuru is not a boy, like he said the other day.
He is also playing safe so that he can keep the party together. Or he's also, in other words, does not want an embarrassment, because there could be an embarrassment in that particular meeting where there perhaps will be a shouting match in the presence of the president, and it might cause perhaps some people to find exit from the party, to find actually an excuse to quit Jubilee.
The president has the unenviable task of steering a rather shaky ship as far away from the rapids as he possibly can, as the party faces an acrimonious split amid claims that some within the party were working to scuttle the deputy president's presidential ambitions. Vincent Odur, NTV.
It's 32 minutes past the hour. We take another break, and now for business, there's probably some good news for people.
That's right, and milk prices are set to drop. We'll tell you by how much and from when on the business news.
Je, maumivu ya kichwa na kukosesha amani? Kaluma Strong hutuliza maumivu ya kichwa, maumivu ya mwili na hata huondoa joto jingi mwilini. Kaluma Strong ina aspirin kama kiungo. Maumivu yakizidi, muone daktari.
Why are you filming, Mommy?
To help people stop getting sick. People think the weather makes them sick. Actually, it's the germs. Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs, including the cold and flu virus.
Dettol up to 50% off at the Jumia anniversary sale.
I'm Otino Kennedy, a student from Mount Kenya University taking Bachelor's of Education Science. Generally, that day I had some amount of money to play. Being that I had an examination that day, I went for my exam, and after the examination, I started playing again. Miraculously, I found that this 20 bob which I played with enabled me to be 200,000 winner. Mambo ni super na super 5.
Hii ndio njia rahisi ya kufeel super. Enda nyumbani na mara 10,000 ya pesa ulizowekeza, shinda. Ukilinganisha namba 2, 3 au 4. Linganisha namba 5, ushinde shilingi milioni 10 in the next 10 minutes. Nenda kwenye paybill number 299555. Kwenye account number, chagua namba zako 5 za bahati kati ya 0 na 9 zikifuatiwa na neno NTV. Chagua pesa utakazowekeza kati ya shilingi 20 na 1,000. Over 18s only. Gaming can be addictive. Play responsibly. This message has been approved by the BCLB.
When we say you, we mean all of you, including the little ones. You'll all get special individual care from our qualified staff.
Good life. We're all about you.
Crazy without your friends. Drink Fanta. Taste fun.
Dad has not been feeling well for a long time. He has become so weak, we can't play together.
Why are you refusing to go to the hospital? I told you there is no way you'll know if it is TB or not if you do not go and get tested. If by any chance you find out that you have TB, you'll get the treatment for free from any hospital. All the tests are free. All the medications are free. Are you waiting to infect your family so that you can go to the hospital?
Don't wait till it's too late. TB is preventable, treatable and curable.
Wananchi Credit are giving out loans for civil servants.
Usi unajaribu kunichanganya.
Hapana. Within 6 hours unapatiwa approval and a loan. Piga hii namba. Mwananchi Credit is giving quick loans to civil servants. Do not get stuck when you can get quick approvals within 6 hours. Mwananchi Credit, investor in people.
When the spirit of Kenya got going that magical day, it never looked back. And now, the same spirit is ready to take Kenya to the next level, led proudly by a new generation. Kenya King, Shangilia, Hustle ya Kenya.
Good evening and welcome to NTV Business. My name is Dan Mwangi. Now, the duty-free window for maize imports is set to be opened at the end of this month and remain open until the end of October as the government moves to plug a deficit in the local market. The Ministry of Agriculture says that at least 12.5 million bags will be imported to stabilize the prices of unga that have seen shelf prices hit 125 shillings per 2 kilogram packet of maize meal.
There's enough maize in the country to last us up to end of July. We are now thinking about importing maize, and we've taken the necessary measures. We are just waiting for the final approval so that it's given for us to import. And we are going to import about 12.5 million bags, 10 million white maize and 2.5 million of yellow maize. The maize will be imported duty-free by a private sector. The government will not be involved, and they'll provide direction and what to be done. So we hope the millers will be sensitive enough to ensure that maize, the prices of flour don't go up so much. At the moment, it's doing about 115 to 120. We hope it can come lower than that, with less than 100 shillings.
Now, for more details on this story, be sure to grab a copy of the Business Daily tomorrow. Now, we continue to some good news for milk consumers as retail prices fall by at least 5 shillings per half-litre packet. This change in price, however, will only affect milk produced by the new Kenya Cooperative Creameries. New KCC says the move to cut prices has been made possible by the 25% growth in milk volume supplied by farmers. A 500 millilitres packet of long-life milk will now retail at 50 shillings, down from 55 shillings, while fresh milk on pouch package will sell at 48 shillings from 50 shillings previously. Data by the Kenya Dairy Board indicates that the state-owned dairy now commands 35% of the raw milk market, slightly behind Brookside Dairies, the market leader, with a 40% share of the market. Now, favorable taxes and regional preferential treaties are the two top ingredients that could help unlock the potential of the manufacturing sector, according to a study done by Strathmore University and CISPRO, a software developer for enterprise resource planning. Here's Alex Mwangi to paint a picture of the report's highlights.
The study saw interviews conducted with close to 100 companies drawn from 12 sectors of the production and manufacturing industries in Kenya. It comes at a time when concerns are mounting on how to address the challenge of training citizens to have the right skills to promote the sector.
What we would appreciate, of course, is greater participation by manufacturers in shaping the curriculum of these institutions.
The challenge for policymakers going forward is that technological advancements globally have reached the level where every so often they render the education meant to enable the youth get and create jobs obsolete within a very short time.
They're also talking in the information age that by the time you start university and you finish university 3, 5 or 7 years later, what you started learning will be outdated by you finish your degree.
And therefore it called for all of us to be able to understand and even have a broader view on how the dynamics of the global environment operate. And I get a sense that some of us perhaps have not been able to understand that. We are living in an environment that is very competitive.
Other factors that have a bearing on Kenya's manufacturing sector include a reduction in the cost of production, upgrading of existing technologies, and increasing the efficiency of production. External factors beyond the control of any single government, however, are also playing a role in denting the volume of global trade.
Tariffs are the most visible contributor to globalization, the slowing down of globalization or slowbalization. Instead of fixing the world's problems, globalization has actually fed a summer of discontent with many organizations around the world.
Support for apprenticeship and graduate internships were identified as major initiatives that will make local manufacturing an attractive business venture. Alex Mwangi, NTV.
The International Trade Center has kicked off the first ever tea century and blending skills program for Kenyan companies and packers in the specialty tea sector. Now, the training is aimed at helping them diversify their product offer and adapt to new tea consumption trends in global markets. Tea consumption in East Africa has been growing over the last few years, but consumption trends are shifting away from the traditional preference for black tea to new products such as fruit and herbal blends or cold brews. As part of the program, the ITC will retain the company's own tea century and blending skills, as well as regulations required to access the European Union market as Kenya seeks to venture into new markets for its high-quality tea. Conditions in the business environment registered a general improvement between May and June 2019, according to Stanbic Bank's Purchasing Managers Index. The index, which tracks the pulse of business activity monthly, stood at 54.3 in June 2019, up from 51.3 in the preceding month. Stanbic has attributed this improvement to increased orders registered by businesses and improved cash flow. This comes at a time when growth in the private sector stands at 4.9%, the highest growth rate reported since the cap on lending rates came into force. The bank further reports that the level of employment hit a 30-month high in June 2019. Now, Kenya and Qatar have signed a deal that will give Qatar Airways greater access to Mombasa. The deal will increase the number of daily flights from Doha to Mombasa for Qatar's national carrier to 2. The deal has the potential of eating into the market share of Kenya Airways, but on the other hand, it is expected to contribute to additional tourist arrivals in a coastal city. The deal was signed by Transport CS James Masharia and his Qatari counterpart. And speaking of the economy, just an update on how the shilling traded today, and the local currency has weakened to 103 units of exchange to the US dollar, pushing it to a position it last stood on January 17, 2018. The weakness by the local currency comes at a time when the country's foreign exchange reserves have dwindled to 9.1 billion US dollars following settlement of foreign currency debt payment obligations on June the 24th this year, that is 2019. Just an update. Now, competition heightens in the local beverages market as soft drink maker Coca-Cola launched 4 products with the aim of giving their consumers more options. The company aims at creating more opportunities for use of local ingredients and also encourage and enable their consumers to control added sugar consumption. Now, Coca-Cola has invested 9.3 billion shillings in its production and packaging lines to cater for the new brands. The American-owned firm, which remains the biggest maker of soft drinks in the country, says it has invested over 8.5 billion shillings in Kenya.
We are investing to get our consumers more of what they want.
Business and myself are both done, just that business is not Mwangi, but coming up. It's drama as a police officer has been killed, but it could be more than meets the eye. We tell you why.
When the spirit of Kenya got going that magical day, it never looked back. And now, the same spirit is ready to take Kenya to the next level, led proudly by a new generation. Kenya King, Shangilia, Hustle ya Kenya.
Kwa majina naitwa Teresia Wahu Kamira. Nimetoka upande wa Nakuru, China's Boys, Kiongororia. Nilishinda 1200. Nafanya kazi ya mobile salon. Naenda nyumba kwa nyumba, mtu akinipigia simu naenda. I'm 21 years. Nilikuwa nimelala hivi nikasikia wakisema, unajua mimi sikuwa na pesa, nikasema hapa niko na 100 na nimesikia Super 5. Hiyo ni ya Super 5. Nikasema acha nicheze.
Namba 5, ushinde shilingi milioni 10 in the next 10 minutes. Nenda kwenye paybill number 299555. Kwenye account number, chagua namba zako 5 za bahati kati ya 0 na 9 zikifuatiwa na neno NTV. Chagua pesa utakazowekeza kati ya shilingi 20 na 1000. Over 18s only. Gaming can be addictive. Play responsibly. This message has been approved by the BCLB.
Crunchy peanuts, smooth caramel, creamy chocolate, and nougat. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Welcome to Lavington United Sacco, a society that promotes unity and empowers you through mobilization of financial resources and services for your socio-economic well-being. We deliver emergency loans, development loans, car loans, school fees loans, and a wide range of other loans at the lowest lending rate of 1% per month. Find us today at Kamirembe Place, 2nd floor, Kilimani. Visit www.lavingtonunitedsacco.co.ke or call us on 0717 298 258. Lavington United Sacco, moving forward together.
This is Motor Hub, ultimately Kenya's finest car dealer company. Our cars are carefully sourced and selected, backed up with excellent skilled personnel. Our aim is to ensure value for your money as well as peace of mind.
When it comes to affordability check, reliability check, finance check, quality redefined check, any type of car check. Whenever you need that dream car, tutembele. Mambo hapa yamenyooka nyoronyoro.
So, are you in need of a car? Now you know. Motor Hub, we are quality redefined.
Making my family some nutritious porridge is a painstaking process. First, I have to find all the ingredients needed, and there are many. For vitamins, proteins, and minerals, I need cassava, sorghum, millet. You no longer need to go through all that to make nutritious porridge. All you need is NutriPro.
You don't have to go through the trouble of finding, measuring, and weighing all these vital ingredients. New NutriPro porridge flour comes fortified with 13 vitamins, proteins, and minerals. This means that you have more time to focus on what's important, giving your family the healthy start they deserve. NutriPro, bringing families together. From Tropical Brand.
Thank you for staying with us. Shock and grief engulfed Kaplaba village in Kipkelion West when a man was found killed under unclear circumstances.
Residents are now calling on the government to conduct thorough investigations as the man's wife was also killed in unclear circumstances a year ago.
This was the state of affairs at Kaplaba village in Kipkelion West Sub-County, where residents were demonstrating over the death of a local resident. The body of Justice To, an administration police officer attached to the Kutolo AP post in Wajir County, was found by the Londiani Mohoroni Road with stab wounds. The tragic incident comes barely a year after Justice's wife was shot dead by police officers that were attached to the Kipkelion AP camp. But the residents say there is more than meets the eye.
Titus ameuawa na bibi yake alikuwa ameuawa. Alafu witness mwenye alikuwa akiitwa So tulisikia alichomwa kwa nyumba.
The Kericho County DCIO says they had sent the inquest file to the Director of Public Prosecutions with recommendations that some of the officers be prosecuted.
Tunaomba Waziri Matiang'i uingilie kati hii maneno ukuje paka Kipkelion kwa sababu tunakufa one by one.
Viongozi wa Kipkelion tunawaambia mkiendelea kulala sisi kama wananchi tutaanza kuzungumza na kuzungumza kwetu tutafanya maandamano na vita itaanza hapa Kipkelion.
The body was moved to Kericho Sub-County Hospital mortuary. Anita Nkonge, NTV.
Elsewhere, a Kenyan scientist is among a team of researchers who have discovered a new drug that can potentially cure HIV.
In what is being termed as a major collaborative effort, the researchers have, for the first time, inched closer to finding a potential cure for HIV.
In your Daily Nation tomorrow, read the inspiring story that could turn around the lives of millions of people.
Make sure you get your copy of the Daily Nation tomorrow for more on that story. And yes, we're taking another break for sports.
That's right. And on the sports news, here's what you can expect. The Safari Rally revs off on Friday. We give you a feel of the preparations after this break.
I told you to kick it more to the left.
No, kick it higher.
No, to the left.
Come on, guys, stop it. Remember the win.
OneXBet, African betting partner of Tottenham Hotspur.
When the spirit of Kenya got going that magical day, it never looked back. And now, the same spirit is ready to take Kenya to the next level, led proudly by a new generation. Kenya King, Shangilia, hustle ya Kenya.
Ukishaoana na mtu mumeoana, hakuna kuachana. Kama akona ananukanga mdomo, wewe unaishi na hiyo mwembe tayari forever.
Inafikanga mahali anaanza kuelezea mtu hiyo joke, lakini akielezea mtu hiyo joke kitu unasikia tu ni kicheko. Au sikii joke. Wewe jamaa amesema, jegeja ugaza amesema kale wasa.
Kwa nini simu yangu ni nzito hivi? Unasikia hujui? Delete picture sister yako akinyia anakuanga mnono mzito.
Okash is the quickest and easiest way to request short-term loans from your mobile phone whenever you need them. You can borrow up to 50,000 Kenya shillings in one day and choose between a 14 or 28-day term to repay it. Download Okash today from Google Play Store, enjoying the Okash experience.
A very good evening to you. It is time to play on NTV tonight. Welcome to NTV Sport. I am Warote Kiru. The countdown to the 2019 Safari Rally continues with the Motorsport World Governing Body, FIA, officials conducting scrutineering for all cars competing at the event at Kasarani as drivers began their recce on the floor of Rift Valley. Sean Kadovilis with the details.
Kenya's quest to return the iconic Safari Rally to the World Rally Championship will rev off Friday at the Kasarani Stadium grounds. Ahead of rubber meeting the road, the rally cars have to be in perfect condition as specified by the motorsports governing body FIA. This process, technically known as scrutineering, is designated for Wednesday and Thursday for all the 51 cars entered for the Safari.
Basically, in scrutineering, we ensure that the cars rally in a safe manner and also fair, in that they enter in the class, they rally in the class that they've entered.
Given that this is a candidate event for the World Rally Championship, the rules are much more stricter.
The rules are more stringent, and then we've come in with the government has supported us very heavily, so we've got adequate funding and equipment to measure up to the task.
With scrutineering ongoing at Kasarani, drivers and navigators familiarize themselves with the route in the Rift Valley. The drive-through before the main event to collect information is what is referred to as recce. The Safari Rally will kick off with a 4.3-kilometer spectator stage at the Kasarani Stadium from 10 a.m. on Friday. Day 2 rally in action will begin at 6 a.m. with 3 stages that will be repeated in Soisambu, Elementaita and Sleeping Warrior in the Rift Valley. The final day of competition will see action move to Kidong, where yet again 3 stages will be tackled at Malewa, Loldia and Kidong. So with the scrutineering ongoing and the recceing happening in Naivasha and Elementaita, you get the sense that the Safari Rally is just about to get underway. Sean Carter-Villis, NTV at the Kasarani Complex.
Friday is when it all revs off. And onto football, and the national football team Harambee Stars will return to the country early Thursday morning, having exited the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations at the group stage. Kenya missed out on a chance to sail into the round of 16 as one of the 3 best third-placed teams after Benin held Cameroon to a barren draw. At AFCON, Kenya won once, lost twice, scoring 3 goals and conceding 7. The month-long tournament will return from a 2-day break on Friday with tantalizing round of 16 matches. In store, Morocco, coached by legendary coach Hervé Renard, who is seeking a 3rd AFCON title, will face Benin, who are playing in the knockout stages for the first time. The only remaining East Africa representatives, Uganda, will then face the highest-ranked nation in Africa, Senegal. On to athletics, and Mercy Wanjiru of Lanet was victorious in the women's 3,000 meters steeplechase as the Kenya Defence Forces KDF Athletics Championships entered their second day at the Kasarani Stadium. Wanjiru clocked 9 minutes 45.9 seconds to finish ahead of Naomi Chepkemoi, Agnes Chesang and Joelyn Chemutai. Emily Ngi stopped the winning 18-year reign of Grace Wanjiru in the 20-kilometer walk race. In the men's walking event, defending champion Simon Washira defended his title. Petronila Mwombo won in long and triple jump, while Bethuel Lagat jumped best in the men's long jump. Alexander Kiprotich showed his pedigree in javelin. The 40th edition of the KDF Championship is being used to select the team that will